This video will be a full tour and documentation of this 2018 Nissan 370Z Coupe. This exterior color is known as Gun Metallic. This vehicle does have Nissan's intelligent key system. Frameless windows. On the driver's door panel, you have a reflector light, some storage with a bottle holder. This vehicle does have power windows, power door locks, and power mirrors. The base 370Z has a black interior with cloth seats. Both seats do have full manual adjustments. And now that we're behind the wheel, let's go ahead and start the engine. The key fob does house your lock, unlock, and panic buttons. And of course, along with intelligent key, it has push button ignition, so just keep the key fob anywhere in the vehicle. There's a slot you can put it right here. And then put your foot on the brake and hit the button. The Nissan Z-Car is an iconic series of rear-wheel drive sports cars. The Z-Car debuted from 1969 as the Datsun 240Z in the US and the Nissan Fairlady Z in Japan. Fast forward to today, and there have been 6 generations produced so far, with a new 7th generation Nissan Z just about to go on sale as of the making of this. The Z-Car has been sold under a number of different names over the years, depending on the generation and/or the engine displacement, although in its home country of Japan, every generation so far has been called the Fairlady Z. The Z-Car is usually a 2-seater, although some generations have offered 2+2 configurations with small back seats. What we have here is the 370Z, which represents the 6th generation of the Nissan Z-Car. Replacing the outgoing 350Z that was sold from 2003 to 2009, the 370Z made its debut for the 2009 model year, and saw over a decade of production with 2020 being the last model year. From 2009 to 2020, the 370Z went mostly unchanged, however it did get a few very subtle revisions and updates along the way. The 370Z is powered by Nissan's VQ37VHR 3.7-liter V6 engine, which has also been used in a handful of other Nissan and Infiniti models, and in the Z it produces over 330 horsepower. The 370Z has been produced in 2 different body styles, those being a 3-door liftback known as the 370Z Coupe, and a 2-door convertible known as the 370Z Roadster. For 2018, the 370Z Coupe is available with 4 different trim levels, starting with the base 370Z, which is what we have here. The base trim is also available with a special Heritage Edition package. The other 3 available trim levels include Sport, Sport Tech, and the range-topping performance-tuned Nismo Tech. The Nismo trim level ups the engine's power output from 332 to 350 horsepower. Available transmissions include either a close-ratio 6-speed manual or a 7-speed automatic like we have in this one. Now as for competitors, the 370Z doesn't really have any 100% direct ones, but I'd say some models of the Ford Mustang and Chevrolet Camaro are somewhat comparable. The main instrument cluster houses 2 analog gauges, including your tachometer and speedometer, along with a couple of digital displays. The smaller one right here simply goes between trip A and trip B. And then this one you can control with these buttons right here. Has your fuel and temperature gauges in the form of these light bars, which is pretty cool. It has a 3-spoke design, leather-wrapped, multifunctional steering wheel. As for the controls, on this side you got your cruise control, and on this side you got your various audio controls, seek track, source, volume, hands-free phone voice commands. The steering column is tilting, as you can see, not just the wheel, but the entire gauge cluster moves with it. As you saw earlier, a little place to stick the key fob. Traction control. Right here is your exterior lighting stock. And on this side is your wiper stock. Going down the center of the interior, you have these 3 gauge pods. One of them isn't a gauge at all, it's your digital clock. You've also got your charging voltage and oil temperature gauges. From there, you've got a couple air vents. Behind this cover is a storage area. I do think it is really nice looking with this leather stitched portion. Your push button ignition, as you saw earlier, passenger airbag indicator. Have your whole radio head unit right here. There's your CD player slot. And right here you've got the controls for your single zone automatic climate control. Hazard light button. Manual shiftability. This switch pops open your trunk. You have a cup holder. The vehicle's parking brake is hand operated. And you've got a center console with some storage along with a power outlet, a USB port, and an aux port. And as you can see, this is of course a 2-seater vehicle. Glove box is lockable. Both sun visors do have vanity mirrors, lights, and extensions. And on the overhead console, got your overhead lighting. And with that said, we'll take a look at the engine bay, but not before rolling down the driver's window. Both windows are fully automatic.
The base 370Z trim comes with these 18-inch, 5-split-spoke, black-finished alloy rims. Now under the hood of the 370Z sits Nissan's VQ37 VHR 3.7-liter naturally aspirated V6. It's a dual overhead cam 24-valve engine, and it uses Nissan's continuously variable valve timing control system and variable valve event and lift technologies. Power output in non-Nismo models is 332 horsepower at 7,000 RPM and 270 pound-feet of torque at 5,200 RPM. Sending that power to the rear wheels of this Z is the optional 7-speed automatic transmission with a manual mode.
Running on required premium unleaded with a 19-gallon fuel tank, the 370Z Coupe with the automatic transmission achieves an estimated 19 mpg in the city and 26 mpg on the highway. It uses a double wishbone front suspension and a multi-link rear suspension. Standard on the 370Z are 4-wheel ventilated disc brakes, with the Sport and Nismo models getting even larger ones. Curb weight can vary from roughly 3,300 to 3,500 pounds depending on how the car is equipped. We'll take a quick look behind the driver's seat. As you can see behind the seats, got a couple of little storage shelves. Dual exhaust. The 370Z Coupe offers 6.9 cubic feet of cargo space. And as you saw earlier, the fuel cap is on the passenger side. Anyhow, thanks for checking out this tour of this 2018 Nissan 370Z. And as always, stay on the lookout for more tours.